Claire from Created the Otta Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. This is my weekly craft along. I do this every week, life permitting, shall we say. You know what it's like, you want to spend your whole life crafting, but sometimes you just can't. But this is my weekly craft along. I like to share with you something exciting or wow, and this is today's make. I know, isn't it cute? It's a little gift box. It's a triangle gift box. I've actually turned it into a tree decoration just because it's November today. November means Christmas. Christmas is coming. You've got so much to do. The stress is overwhelming when you're a crafter of, oh, I've got to make everything. I've got to do everything for everybody. Well, I'm here to help with that, okay? So this box is so simple. You can actually use it as a gift box without this hanger. You can resize it. You could double all the sizes and have a much bigger gift box. Literally just double all of the sizes that I'm about to give you. And it really is quite a nice size. That was how I started off, and then I thought, do you know what, I actually want a nice little tree decoration, and I've left mine so that it can be opened either side. It just interlocks. I'll take it to pieces in a minute. But this is how I'm going to use mine. I'm going to personalise it. So I've got P for Paul. I'm going to use that as my decoration on the front, and I'm going to leave the back as the bit that opens, okay? So literally it just interlocks on itself like that. But there's just enough room to get a nice little piece of chocolate in there, pair of earrings, all sorts actually. It's much bigger than you first think because of the depth of it. It's about an inch wide here, so on all three sides, so that's quite a deep little box. If you didn't want to personalise it, you could just use your circle and just put a Christmas sentiment on it. You could bling it up or down as much as you want, really. I did think about doing it in whites and silvers and all sorts of things, but I am absolutely in love with the reindeer paper from Stampin' Up. So any opportunity to use it, and I'm there. So I love this holly and berries on the side. This is actually, don't shoot me, an old designer paper that I've used on here. I'm trying to use up my stash, and it just seemed to go so well, so I've used that on there. On the one we're going to make, I'm going to use the Take a Bow paper. So it's 6x6 sheets. You get 48 double-sided. There's just a couple there that I'm showing you. But if you want to have a look at that, if you go to Stampin' Up and look me up, Claire Ottaway, you can have a look at on my online shop and order some of that paper through me. All of the stuff that I use as a Stampin' Up demonstrator is Stampin' Up, not just because it's because of that, but actually because I love it. I love the products. The die that I used for this, I don't know if you can see, it's got the most, the most amazing stitched detail. I really love that. That is from the Stylish Shapes dies. You get all of these in one set. Look, there's cat's heads. How terrible is that? I've got two cats and they are everywhere. Two ginger girls, absolutely the love of my life. You get these layering squares. You can make frames, you can do all sorts with those. Layering circles, the one that I used is missing, so that's that one there. But you can see all the different sizes. And then these ones, which are great for sentiments on the fronts of your cards or your boxes or all sorts. So they're a really good price. I think we worked it out last time. It was like £1.60 or something a die. And you will use these for years, so make sure you've got those. So that's what I've used for the circle. The holly and the berries are actually in this set, which is the hang and ornament set. It's really handy. You get a couple of different sizes of holly, but this one in particular, I've done it again, haven't I? I'm off camera. It's got like the detail on it. Now am I too close? Look, I'm not doing very well today, am I? Oh my goodness. So you can see, look, it's just got really good detail, and I've just stuck that on with a dimensional just to lift it up a bit. So you can jazz up these boxes as little or as much as you want. I just really like the size. It's a really nice, look, my hand, I haven't got big hands, but it's a really nice size, perfect for kids, perfect for grannies, perfect for your other half, all sorts of people. Table decoration would look lovely on the table. You could make it look just like a Christmas tree. You could put a Christmas tree punch on the front and it would just add to that as well. Honestly, my head is buzzing with ideas of how to use this. So should we make one together, and then you can go off an embellishment and then send me a pic or two. I love to see what you make with my tutorials. It's so inspiring. I tend to show you how to do it, and then I wait for you to just wow me. So what do we need? Let's get the list in. So that's how you stay in touch with me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm obviously on YouTube if you're watching this. But yeah, just find me. I've got a website, creativetheottaway.co.uk, and you can shop any of the products that I use with me there. And that will help me keep doing what I love. So thank you very much. Now, to the craft. Okay, I've called it a triangle tree decoration, but like I say, you could just use it as a gift box. I'll show you a couple of tips along the way. You need a piece of card base, very small piece actually, 7 1/8 by 2 1/4. You will see that I've done it in inches and centimetres, so if you just want to screenshot that, and then you can enlarge it so that you can see both. Any problems with the sizes or anything you want to ask, just leave me a comment underneath the video or just give me a little email. I love to see what you think about the makes, so please do comment. It really helps me in making new videos for you. So a bit of card base and a bit of designer series paper, and that is it. Okay, so the first one I did in real red. This time I'm going to do differently. I'm going to do it in garden green, just because I'm still going to be using this holly and berries. It's my favourite one, I think. Although look what I've done to the poor reindeer, chopped his ears off. So I'm not even going to look at that. I'm going to use that side. And then I'm undecided on the edging at the front which one to use, because that will really stand out, but I do really like that one as well. So shall I look at the other sides as well, just to freak me out and give me even more choices? Oh, see, I do like that as well. Oh no, I hate this. It always happens. And I like the spots, but I don't think the spots really go with that. It's a bit too much together, isn't it? But that's really nice. So what was the other side? I think that one's a bit busy. So it's a choice between that and that. Oh, I don't know. Right, I'm not going to decide now. That will take half the video. Okay, let's do some making. So I've got my paper trimmer, and the first thing I need to do is I need the base. So it's 7 1/8 by 2 1/4. So I think that's going to be definitely long enough for 7 1/8. So I'm going to cut 2 1/4. So I haven't checked, but I think from one A4 sheet you could get quite a lot of these. We'll check in a minute. So out of one A4 sheet, so this needs to be 7 1/8. Sorry, I'm so excited to share this make with you that I'm just jabbering away. Sorry. Right, 7 1/8, 2 1/4. Okay, let me just bring the A4 sheet in. Let's see how many you could get. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, if you did it that way, you'd get 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could get 5 out of 1A4 sheet. That's like a bargain. That's like going to the store and bringing home a bargain, isn't it? So you can make 5 of these. That's most families. Yeah, so exciting. Okay. Claire, calm down. It feels like Christmas is coming. I'm so excited. Right, 7 1/8 by 2 1/4. We're going to concentrate on the long side. The long side we need to score at 2 1/4. Okay, can you feel I've got a bit calmer? 2 1/4. 4 1/2. 4 1/2. 4 1/2. 6 3/4. And that's it. Oh no! Yeah, honestly, that's it. 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 3/4. Turn it the other way, so the shorter end is at the top. And this time, all we are doing is scoring up 5/8 either side. So 5/8 on that side. And remember, scoring, not cutting. And then I'm going to flip it round and do 5/8 on that side. Okay, so move this out the way. And then we do some cutting. So you should have that sort of shape, okay? And then you've got this long bit either side. I'm going to make a tab with this bit first. So I'll cut it off and then I'll show you. So I'm cutting diagonally into that piece and then I'm cutting this bit off. So can you see what I've done? So I've cut at an angle here and then cut straight here. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Oh, that's not particularly straight, but it will be okay. There. Okay, so I've cut those bits off. And then it gets really easy, because what you do is fold that over and you're going to cut off at a diagonal here. So where that score line is, there, you're going to take your scissors at that point and cut off. And then if you open that out, can you see it's given you a V? Okay, so I'm going to flip it over and do that exactly the same on that side, like so. So I've now got a V at the top and the bottom. And then I turn it, oh, I flipped it, so I can use that as my guide for this one. I'm turning it around just so that I can see where I'm cutting. I'm going to do it back to front now, aren't I? Which is never so good. Okay, so now when I open it, I've got the edges off and this bit off. So now I need to work it. Oh, which bit have I got left? These bits. So I'm going to do this bit here. Again, I've got it folded over like that. So I'm doing 2 at once. Okay, and then there's just one bit that's flat, so I'm going to bring that round and cut that. I feel like I've speeded through this and it's going to be tricky for you, so I'll go through it again in a minute. Okay, so I've got all those bits I don't need, but when I lay it down, that's what it looks like. It's sort of like a hexagon shape, but a rather fat one. So how did I do that? I got my strip, I folded it over, and then I cut off that triangle there. Okay, don't look at that bit at the minute. I cut off the triangle there, so I went through 2 pieces of card, and I did exactly the same at the bottom. Then I folded it that way, and one of them still had a bit of card, so I just trimmed it to the same, and I kept folding it back and forth until I end up, you use your your previous piece as your template to get the edge. Okay, and that's how it is. That's it. Now, before you do any designer series paper, you're just going to fold them over and just see if your box goes together. Okay, that will go inside. This is the time to check. So that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. So all of my sides look okay, they're all inside the triangle. Now if they were overhanging, let's try and make them overhang so you can see. If they were overhanging like that, what I would do is flip it over and I would just trim that with my scissors, okay? But none of mine are. I've managed to get it right first time, which is a blooming miracle, really. But you can see that when I hold it together, they're all inside the triangle. So, ta-da! Okay, designer series paper. So, I like to do mine all in one go. I need a piece that is going to go on there. I've already cut it at 7/8, okay? So this piece is 1 inch wide, so I've gone 1/8 of an inch smaller. So 7/8, and it needs to be 6 5/8 long. Oh, I need to open that out, don't I? So 6 5/8. How did I get that size? My card is 6 3/4. So I'll take 1/8 of an inch off and job done. Now I'm going to put it on here. I know it doesn't show too much, but I've just got a thing that I like to colour the core of the designer series paper. Because the core of the paper is white, because it's printed on both sides, you have a white centre, and sometimes on darker card it really stands out. So before I put any glue, I'm just putting it on. Does it match? Yes. Now I need my glue, and I can put glue over the whole thing and then just press it in place. Now I brought my bone folder through this week. If you've seen my videos before, 9 times out of 10 I leave it in the other room, but I've brought it through so that I can press it. The only thing I've just realised is I didn't clean it and it's minging. So don't look at it. Don't look at how disgusting it is. Okay, so I'm just making sure that that's really, really flat. I'm doing that with my bone folder so that the glue really gets pressed down, because I haven't done individual panels. Now you're very welcome to do that. I actually like the fact that mine goes all the way round. So in order for that to look nice, I now need to fold it and make sure that my paper is happy. So I'm just going to go round each side and just press on those, but also press it back the other way as well, just so that I know the paper's really stuck down. Okay, like so. So now when I put it together, it goes all the way round. Okay, so the end bits, what I did with those, I did exactly the same. I cut 1/2 inch strip of paper by 6 5/8 and I stuck it along, but this paper is not big enough. It is for 2 but not 3, so I'm going to cut it at 1/2 inch. So I know it's 1/2 inch by 6, so it's not big enough. Oh, I didn't think about which paper. I've just gone for it. Shall I just stay with that? Okay. So I can cut each individual piece to 3 inches. No. 2 1/8. 2 1/8, and that will give me the right size. 2 1/8, 2 1/8, 2 1/8. I might have to chop another one. So it's much easier doing it as one piece, less time consuming. I'll show you what you do if you do it as one piece. So 2 1/8. I need to cut another one, aren't I? Okay. Do you think I've gone for the right paper? Don't know if it's blending in too much. We'll see. 2 1/8. So if you were doing this all in one piece, you would need 1/2 inch by 6 5/8, and you need 2 of those. Okay, because you want one for either side. Because I'm using up some paper, I'm using a 6 by 6 sheet, and I need each rectangle to be 2 1/8. So it's taking me longer. The other thing that I'm going to be doing, very annoying as well for you to watch, is I'm just going to be going around the edge of all of my bits because I don't want a white core. Okay. So Halloween last night, how did you enjoy it? Did you just snuggle up in front of the telly and watch a movie? Did you go out trick-or-treating with your children or grandchildren? We didn't actually have any trick-or-treaters around last night. Not sure why. Don't think there's many little children around here. Lots of people go to organise things now, which is great. When my kids were little, we used to be the ones organising. So, okay. So what do I do with this? I need it to be in the middle. So I'm going to put some glue across each one. I'm leaving a gap at the top and the bottom, and I'm doing this because it's Tombow glue and I can move it around. If you're using double-sided tape, just put it straight on your paper. And what I'm trying to do is make sure that my paper goes right to the edge. Okay. That one goes there. That one goes there. And then I do the same on this side. And you can see I've overhung because I've got rectangles and my sides are not rectangles, which is okay. It's just using this smaller paper has made me have to do this, but I thought it was good for you to see how you can do it if you haven't got great big long strips of 12 by 12. So again, I want to make sure that they're really stuck down all the way along. So I'm just going to go on with my bone folder just because it helps you press down, and then I trim. So can you see all the bits? I'm just going to trim those off, and then we can have our ta-da, nearly, because we've got to put the hanger in. Okay. So again, if you'd done the long strip, you would still do this. You would just cut off a V rather than triangles all the way around. Okay, nearly there. One there. Oh, I do like that paper. Look, it looks nice. I was unsure that I'd picked the right thing. Okay, so all of those get put out the way. Let's have a look what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, hanger. How do you do the hanger? You need something to make a hole. Now, you don't want the piece with the tab. Go to the next one or that one. It doesn't matter what you use. I've got this old hole punch that I've had for years and years. And I'm just going to make a hole right on the crease, okay, not too big, but just on the crease there in the middle. see there's a hole there. Now, a couple of tricks with the ribbon. So I'm going to get a big piece of ribbon. Now what I tend to do is thread it through from there on the loop. Okay, I've got some ribbon that's about the right size, thickness, oh, she says, and then can't get it to go through. More fingers and thumbs. Okay, has that gone through? No. Goodness me. There, look. Now, because I know I'm going to need to tie it, I'm going to thread my pen through, so I can't lose it just at the minute. Okay, and then that gives me the whole length to work with. Can you see? So it's not going to come through. I'm not going to pull it through by mistake. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. I like to use a button. So what I do, I've got loads of buttons. It's being a crafter, isn't it? I just loop it through there and there, either side, and tie it in a knot. And then it doesn't matter how much this gets tugged, it won't pull through. But if you haven't got that, get a circle. I think I used a 3/4 of an inch one, and do the same. Just make your own button. So got a piece of card, put a couple of holes in. Okay, so it's just like a button, and then thread one through one side, she says, doing it. The reason you put 2 holes is if you're putting 1 hole, it's just doing the same as the bit you've already done. So it will just pull through, whereas 2 holes means your ribbon won't pull through. Okay, so I've got it like that. I'm just going to tie that in a knot so it doesn't pull through. Okay, like so. And now I can take my pin out and pull it, and that just stops it. And because it's card, it will fold with your box like that. Okay, but it's not going anywhere. Now all I need to do is put some glue on my tab, like so. Put that on there, open it up. Oh. Open it up so I can see where the tab is, and then just press it on the inside. Okay, until it's stuck, which I think it is. There you go. No, it wasn't. Okay, try again. Talk amongst yourselves. So let's see, do you think you're going to like it in the garden green or the real red? I think that's done. So you can just fold that in on itself, like so. Okay, so remember I'm going to have the back bit as the opening and the front bit as my decorated bit. Should we have a ta-da moment? Okay. Da-da. Let's put that one on there for now, and that one on there. Ta-da! Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Christmas tree decoration. The first of many. Absolutely love this make. I hope you do too. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe and follow along for some more makes. Every Friday I try and do a video, and hopefully a special membership is coming soon. But don't tell everyone because they'll want to be in on it. Happy crafting! Thanks for watching.